So today I am going to show you how to create your own GIF. So I am doing this in the free version of Canva. As you can see, I'm not on the pro one for this. So there are some limitations with this, but you can still do it. So I want to show you how to do it. So what we're going to do is we are going to go and create a custom size. So just custom size here. If you don't have it here, then we would go to create, and then custom size is here at the bottom. So it doesn't matter how we do it. Okay, so we're going to create something that is 500 by 500. So px is just a pixel. So if you wanted to change that into inches, millimeters, centimeters, you can do. But we're going to stay with pixels for this. And we are going to create a new design. Okay. So it brings up just a blank background as it always does with Canva. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my uploads and find my logo. So yeah, perfect. I love just right in the center. I can just double check that it is centered. Yes, it is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this page. So we just duplicate the page. And then on page 2, I'm going to use my checkerboard to just dial down the transparency. Yeah, we'll do 56. And then I'm going to go into my elements and I am going to search for an approved stamp. So just look in the graphics and here we go. Here is a free approved stamp. So we're going to pop that on there, make it a little bit bigger. Okay, if you want to, you can just make sure that that is aligned center as well. Up to you how fussy you're going to be about this. So then we are going to go back to slide 1. And you can see at the moment this says that slide 1 is going to be 5 seconds long. So that's quite long for a GIF. So if we just change that to 1.5 seconds. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hover in between slides 1 and 2. And can you just see it says add a transition when I hover over this little button here? So if I click onto the add transition button, and then I'm going to do match and move. Okay, so now if we preview this, look at that. So can you imagine if this was on a social media post, if it was on an Instagram story, for example, if you were sharing, if you're a membership maybe that is sharing some of your members' posts, you could say, this person's a member. And it would just help to build your reputation and your brand, as well as helping to share their story. So it's really good for creating all sorts of things like that. So I did say there was a limitation. So on the free version, when you go to download it, you can only download it with the background that it's got. So on the Pro version, you can download it with a transparent background, which means that it would only show the logo and the approved. So you could put it onto anything you wanted to. But this, at the moment, this is going to have a white background. Of course, you can change the color background. So you could change it into a black background. Pop that there. But my logo is black, so now that doesn't work. So we can go back and change it into a lilac. Then we have to change this one into that same lilac. There we go. So we could change the colour background, but on the free version, you are going to have a background on it. So this isn't just for logos. We can, let's just get rid of these for a second. Get rid of logos completely. So what we could have is let's look for a frown. So we'll just go with the simple smileys because That's easy, isn't it? And again, if we're going to be particular, we would just center it. And then we can duplicate the page. And now we are going to find a smile. It's the same one, isn't it? So what I'm going to do is just make sure that it's the same size. There we go. And then we can just get rid of that one. We can center this one. We've already got our match and move on there. So now we go from frown to smile. So think of the ways that you could use this make a GIF feature. I say it's brilliant for saying that you have memberships and things like that. But it's also just a bit of fun. Um, yeah, go and have some fun with it. It's a great little thing that you can use for your socials.